Yes, it's another opening, another show. But not just any show, and it would take a lot more than an 8x10 glossy to get the director's nod for this project. This is Believe, the new killer whale show at SeaWorld, where the on-stage talent consists of an assortment of killer whales and killer whale trainers. The production team, however, is a cross between Broadway extravaganza and Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah, for sure. There's behavior in the show where we turn all the sprayers on, we get on the whale, and we zoom to the bottom of the pool, and we leap up out of the water, jump over the sprayers, come down with the whale. That's just plain fun. That takes you back to the day where you first imagined wanting to get into the water with the killer whale. That's exactly the reason why we do this.
The idea of Believe was actually born from the whale itself. As you can see from the whale tail behind me, from the behaviors that are in the show, and even the music that was composed in the show, it all came from the animal itself. These whales are amazing animals, and they brought with them the whole concept of this particular show.
The way they can move about the water, their finesse, their power, and their agility, it's indescribable. And I think that's one thing people never get tired of seeing. We as trainers, we never tire of it. We see it every day, but we appreciate it every day. So we aren't special people. We have special jobs, and we recognize that, and we understand that we are, in essence, ambassadors for humankind interacting with this species of animal.
Well, this particular board here is something we started with when the first concept of the show came to us. And this really is our heart and soul. We have 8 sequences really, if you count testimony, but 7 behavioral sequences that involve the whales. And we break each one down into each individual behavior. And what we started with was the first sequence, Shamu Alone. And we tried to marry behaviors to the feel of the music, the feel of the video, and so this is what we've come up with over the course of the last 6 to 12 months.
From the trainer summits and the ideas generated by the Believe team, we took those ideas back to the parks, talked about it with the in-house staff, and we put those sequences and those ideas into the emotional expressions that you'll see in the Believe show.
We brought in a Broadway producer to help us establish what the overall content of the show would be. We brought in a set designer and a composer from Los Angeles area. And we also brought in Hallmark Corporation to help us with what the emotional content of the show would ultimately be. We brought all of this together, we mixed it all together, and we ultimately created a one-of-a-kind, unique experience that you can only find at SeaWorld.
It is a magnificent display of the incredible bond between man and killer whale. 2 worlds, 2 different species, trying to bridge the gap between them. And how do you bridge that gap? You believe.